There are so many gaming mice out there to choose from. You have the G Pro Superlight, the Razer Viper Ultimate, and maybe the most popular one among them all, the G502. So how does a mouse like this from Rocket, the Burst Pro Air, compare to those other mice? I think there are a couple things that actually might make you consider this mouse. But let's get some basic specs out of the way. It has a symmetrical shape, but because the side buttons are on one side, it kind of leaves left-handed users out of the picture. It's got a clear solid shell with a honeycomb interior for extra rigidity. But with that honeycomb, it adds more character, especially when the RGB shines. It's got USB-C charging, it's really nice to see, and it can fast charge. 10 minutes gives you about 5 hours worth of life. It's also got a 19,000 DPI owl sensor. I don't know why you would need to go up to 19,000 DPI, but it's there. And then for switches, it uses Titan optical switches. They don't really feel all that great, and they sound okay. Now here are a couple things I like about this mouse. I currently use the G Pro Superlight. It's been my daily for quite some time. And switching over to the Burst Pro Air didn't actually feel all that different. In fact, this was actually very similar to the original G Pro wireless that I used to own. I think for lightweight mice, the sweet spot in terms of weight is anywhere from 60 to 80 grams before some sacrifices need to be made. The new Superlight is about 60 grams. The older G Pro wireless was 80 grams, and the Burst Pro Air comes in at 81 grams. Now, between the Superlight and the Burst Pro Air, that 21 gram difference isn't really all that noticeable. I can't really tell much of a difference if I'm holding them side by side. Now, where are you going to notice that weight difference? Could it be from moving the mouse around on the mouse pad? Yeah, kind of. But Rocket does have something that they did with this mouse to kind of combat that. What they did was they used heat-treated PTFE feet, and this thing glides super smoothly on my Artisan mouse pad. It's almost like the two of them were made for each other. So much so, it's got me looking into PTFE feet or even the glass skates for my Superlight. The best way I can explain it is if you're someone who rides a bike or you drive or you rollerblade or you skateboard, you ever went on like a freshly paved road where it's just very, very straight, level, but that ride just feels very, very smooth? That's basically how this feels on my Artisan mousepad. Now, what about the price? This mouse comes in at $99. Not a cheap mouse, but it's also not super expensive. The original G Pro goes for $129. That's only 1 gram lighter than this mouse. So in terms of price, I'd say this is probably better value. But I'm not going to recommend it for everyone. Let me explain. If you're a competitive FPS player, this mouse does have a little bit higher latency on average. But that can get fixed with software, and there probably are some software updates that I didn't install. At the time of filming, from the reportings I've seen, this does have a little higher latency, so something to bear in mind. I'd probably recommend this more on the casual side of players. Someone who wants a nice lightweight gaming mouse that's not going to break the bank, but that also kind of looks really cool. This honeycomb design with this 4-zone RGB looks pretty nice, and it's also a very, very smooth mouse, so in my eyes, this is still a great mouse. If you're looking to pick up this mouse, I'll leave a link in my description, along with the discount code. I believe that discount code is for 10%, which I believe also works on the rest of the site. I think. But with that, I'll see you guys next one. Peace.